So for discussion this week, we had to watch that video on YouTube and then talk about it. There were several parts that I saw that would make me say they have different rules for their classrooms. First off, I just noticed how chaotic it was. It wasn't, the classroom wasn't really set up to learn. Um, there was a lot of noise, so that's going to increase the behaviors that you have in your class, especially if you have somebody who can't handle loud noises. Um, and then the language that was used was something that we don't allow at our school, and so I'm not really for sure where the setting took place for this. I didn't look and see if there was a town listed, but first off, I would want my classroom to be quieter. So I would probably have started finding something for the kids to do to keep them busy so that they were not as loud. And then you have the first student who threw the book. So they are throwing school property. Then you have the second kid who's throwing school property. Plus, I also noticed that a lot of the kids had their phones out. And I know, like at our school district, we don't allow the kids to have their phones in the classroom. So that was something else I saw, and it was multiple students. So then you obviously had that kid that was videoing, but then I noticed the language increased, the use of bad language increased after the second book got thrown, and they were obviously targeting the student that ended up leaving the classroom. I probably would go for the student who threw the book first and have a talk with them about throwing school property. But then you have the girl who came over and was being very threatening towards that other student. And so I would obviously want to punish her. And from what I've seen previously, the student who left, I don't know that I would punish him for leaving. I would punish him for slamming the door. But a lot of kids have, IEPs or 504 plans now where they can escape and go to a safe room or a safe spot in the school. So I wouldn't necessarily punish that kid for leaving the classroom if he was a student that had a safe spot that he could use. I would, however, want to see some punishment for the slamming of the door. So in my opinion, you've got the two students who threw books, the girl who was very threatening, and then the student who slammed the door as he left. That's probably who I would look at punishing. But I mean, obviously it would be different if that student who left had an IEP or 504 that he could, use as an escape route. And if he had like a safe room that he was given. So